Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. Today, we're reading dreams about living in an airport, glass walls, and stars and stripes bathing suits.
We're also talking about elephants, possible wedding proposals, and family members who've passed.
Today, we're also talking about sleep positions and how it reflects your own personality and maybe even the way you dream.
All right, friends, it's Thirsty Thursday, so let's get started.
Woo! Well, I'm going to attempt to have a sip of wine.
Why is that? Brooke, what happened last night?
Nothing. I was fine. I went to bed like a good girl. I didn't do anything. I had my glass of milk and went to bed.
So we're pre-recording this because we know Brooke's, as we're all completely jealous and think she's a bitch, she's going to the Maldives. And so this recording, we're actually doing the day after St. Patty's Day. So really, you just went to bed and cuddled up.
I feel great.
Excellent.
I can tell
you're looking like a $1,000,000 bucks.
I didn't drink more shots than I've ever had probably my whole life.
You actually look pretty good for being the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. I needed that.
I think these dreams are going to help us kind of relax and have fun.
I think so. Yeah. This is what got me up and going today, even though it's 3 o'clock.
Even though we had to push it back from noon to 3.
We had to push it back a few hours and then maybe a few more until Brooke was able to stand up. But
you're ready to go. So do you want to get started with the first dream?
I do. And this is from Julien. And he just puts from Earth. So welcome, Julien.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to our podcast. And thank you, Planet Earth, for being part of our podcast now on the list.
Love it. We can check that one off the box.
Check that one right off. Okay. I was living in a building that had everything. At one point, I got off on the wrong floor and there was an airport. I met an older woman in a blue cape in the elevator and nudged her to push the button for the floor I needed. I got off the elevator and she did too on the same floor, but there was a restaurant or a bar there and it had glass walls.
It makes sense. If there is an airport that you have a bar close by.
And with glass walls.
With glass walls. I mean, I see this is going, yes.
Makes sense so far.
Yeah. I wonder how much more you have to pay for the airport condo or apartment.
Yeah, I wonder if
I'm sure there's a premium.
Yeah. Or just access, maybe it's just all private jet access. I don't know.
Ooh, that would be even better.
Even better. But yeah, I bet there's a premium on that one. So glass walls, okay? Mm-hmm. Everyone was in bathing suits and they were all women.
This is obviously a gentleman's dream.
I was going to say, because this is going to be a running theme here, because here we go. Some were really sexy with big boobs. But then, all of a sudden, some were unattractive. Oh. They were all wearing stars and stripes bathing suits.
Well, that's patriotic.
I was like,
God bless America.
I was like, wow. Okay. But I was like, okay, I feel like I'm inviting all the dirty boys over to our slumber party. I keep letting the boys in the basement door with their boob stories and I keep letting them into our podcast. But hey, we love it. We love it, guys. Keep your booby stories coming. We like all dreams. But the building with everything.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. No, that's it.
I was waiting to see if something else
happened. Sorry, that's it. There was so much symbolism in that tiny little paragraph.
There is.
Like, it started with the building with everything. I was thinking, it sounds kind of like, well, to me, what my first thought was, it made me feel like, when you're a kid, didn't you ever want to get left in the department store, be in the department store overnight?
Yes, we've talked about this before. We should have totally done this.
So cool. So it's like kind of the adult version. Like he's in this building that has everything. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's living out some kind of fun little childhood dream come to life in adult form. But
there is neighborhoods around here, this area around Chicago, that are I would say airplane neighborhoods. Have you heard this before?
What does that mean?
They have a private airstrip in the middle of the subdivision, and they even have these big garages attached to their house where they can put their little prop engine planes. And your face.
Like, okay, in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. Airport subdivisions. Yeah, and I mean, obviously you'd have to pay a premium because you're paying for the landing strip and stuff. But people who have
And the maintenance and the upkeep of even a small plane has got to be astronomical.
Yes.
So, like, they have their garage door, and then they have their plane garage.
Correct. And a few years ago, there was actually an accident where one of the, right but next to this neighborhood, there was a Lifetime Fitness, like, gym, and the plane hit the gym.
No shit.
Yeah. I think everyone was fine. It was all good, but it clipped the top of the gym. So it's dangerous.
I mean, to have so many people in such a small area have access to this private airstrip. And
yeah. I don't know how it works. I mean, I'm guessing there's some sort of like radio control.
Do they fly to another neighborhood? Is that what the point is? They don't want to drive.
That's what we should do. Brooke,
So
hey, we're going to get... Just in order to like hang out with each other all the time, I mean, it would be a lot quicker than driving. We'll just get little houses in the airplane subdivision, and we'll just fly to each other's house.
Or it could be like the new like Uber. You just need a little quick flight. Call your Uber Air. And
we laugh now. Who knows what the future's going to be?
But it's probably already happening somewhere.
20 years from now, someone's going to listen to this and be like,
let's trademark it now. We came up with Uber Air.
I don't think we can use the word Uber in it, but...
No, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, Brooke and Mindy Airlines. Only if I get to wear this
from your front door to your front door.
Then we've got the tagline.
Your front door, which is 2 blocks away.
The taxiing. You just have to taxi, I think, in that point. In that case.
Well, I mean, my goodness. Sometimes I feel like you're taxiing on a plane more than you're in air on some small flights. Like if Dubuque to Chicago, it's like 45 minutes. But
by the time you get to the airport, checking through security.
20 minutes of that is air time. The rest is like taxiing around.
Yeah, it is the worst.
Well, that's super interesting. I did not know those neighborhoods existed. That's pretty cool if you can afford to.
It's way above my income.
Yeah.
And my expertise.
A little bit above my pay grade, but you know. I still think it would be really cool to be able to just open a door, though, and there be an airport. And he did seem to be excited about the airport. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I would take the airport as maybe a stress thing. I think we maybe talked about it. You know, like there's lots going on.
Travel.
Lots of people. Travel itself is stressful, but he seemed to be kind of excited about it. The other thing I thought was interesting, he did mention that he got off on the wrong floor, and that's where the airport was.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know
he knew it was there, but it's not where he was intending to go.
So was the airport something maybe it is chaos, but he's not really wanting to deal with that now? That's the wrong floor right now.
The doors open of the elevator. He's like, nope.
He just wants to go look at boobies right now. That's the right floor for him now.
Right.
Not there. So maybe there's something that's crazy and he needs to figure out, or maybe he's afraid to go somewhere or move forward, something, and he's just not ready to get off on that floor yet. I also thought that this whole building could be him compartmentalizing things in his life. Like, okay, here's the airport, here's the bar, here's probably where he lives. Like maybe it's all these. Maybe the building represents his brain and he's just kind of navigating through it. I mean, this is going way, way deep into a booby dream, but booby dreams can just be booby dreams, but sometimes you want to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, I think I might have to name the episode Booby Dreams.
Booby Dreams. Hey, we're going to get a lot of new listeners, I guarantee it.
I tell you, the Strip Club Benihana was our highest listened to episode yet.
I mean, and one of the best.
And one of the best.
Good one. That's such a good one. But the next thing I picked up on, and I wanted to throw this one at you because I was like, there was the older woman in the blue cape. And I thought that was very specific.
Well, it's specific. It's a cape and not a sweater or a dress.
Right.
It's cape.
And blue. And it seemed like, he wasn't afraid for her. He was kind of like, it wasn't like a danger. Again, as always, an older female could represent, an older loved one that you feel comfort with. And then it's almost like a cape, like superhero, it's like almost someone you can trust or that is going to protect you. So maybe there's that form of protection in the symbolism around the blue cape, which also blue, that's a good thing, right? Isn't blue a positive color? Like
blues usually mean like tranquility, calm, peace.
Yeah.
It is like a very mellow color symbol in a dream.
Yeah.
So I would agree. It's a sense of comfort.
So he's got a ton of shit going on. This is in his brain, the building of his brain, but he's got this guiding factor who he feels protected by, who he feels relaxed by.
And she was just in the elevator when he was going down it. Just no conversation with rando.
No conversation. She just got off.
Rando blue lady.
No, just a rando blue lady.
Okay.
She got off on the same floor though. So,
Okay.
but I mean, he didn't mention her after, but it was maybe like she was guiding him to this floor for whatever reason. I don't know.
Maybe her granddaughter was.
Maybe her granddaughter was the star of the show. And she's like, come take a look.
Let me hook you up. This is my granddaughter.
Of course, we have to at least talk about the glass walls.
Yeah.
Because typically when I think of walls, you think of them as obstacles. But he could see through these walls. So that's what I found interesting. Does he feel like he's being held back? Like he can see it, but he can't grasp what he needs? You know what I mean? Like
I'm thinking like perhaps it means a bit of vulnerability because they're glass and people can see in. Like perhaps Julien's letting people into his life or letting them in emotionally and get along. Like if you think about it, you build walls to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And to have glass walls, you're really becoming open and vulnerable to people. And so that's maybe how I would take it.
No, I agree. It's confusing to me that he's on the other side of the wall watching these attractive and then sometimes unattractive.
That's weird. Yeah, that I agree.
All of a sudden, just some of them became unattractive.
His subconscious is like, they're too beautiful. Let's dial it down a notch.
Let's dial it down a notch.
We know this is not realistic.
Or maybe, too, it could just be simple as him needing to just sit back and watch sometimes instead of maybe jumping into things too quickly. Maybe he needs to see the whole picture. I don't know. Again, this is very...
you said a lot of chaos, a lot of
compartmentalizing.
A lot of whatever. I'm still not going to get it. There's a lot of rooms, a lot going on.
Very slowly.
And so maybe it's almost just like entertaining. It's just like you can sit there and relax.
Like just relax.
Have a nice show.
You have
grab
so
a
much
cocktail.
shit going on.
Grab a shot.
Watch the boobies in the Stars and Stripes bathing suits.
Watch the boobies. But were they always in Stars and Stripes, or was it at the end of the dream that they changed from beautiful to not?
They were all beautiful, some with big boobs, all wearing Stars and Stripes, but then some of them became unattractive. So I don't know much more than that.
I mean...
Well, I think...
Yeah, I don't know how to take that.
I don't know either. I did look up something about walls because this was interesting to me because of the glass, because of, it's usually you can't get through a wall, you can't see through a wall. And the whole thing about don't throw stones in glass houses and all this. But
speaking of glass houses, one of the best albums of all time, Billy Joel, Glass Houses.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
One of my absolute favorites.
Remember
Hashtag, what does Billy Joel dream?
Yes. I want to hear it so badly, please.
Oh my God.
Please, Billy. Please.
A complete sidebar. River of Dreams was written from a dream he had. He's not a religious person.
No.
He's, I would say, more agnostic or atheist, but he had a dream. And if you know the song River of Dreams, it's quite the almost, religious nod.
The night, or walking in my sleep.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. Sleepwalking. That is a sleepwalking song.
He did come up with the idea from a dream he had. He started writing the dream in the song in his dream, which I find completely fascinating. So please, Billy.
Mindy, maybe someday you're going to be as famous as Billy Joel with your dream journal. If he's writing his dreams down and making them into chart-topping hits, then...
Mine would be like, there's a fawn on her head. It's dead, it's dead.
Oh, I don't want to talk about
Don't touch it. So yeah, perhaps. I'm right.
But
I'm right there.
I looked up some information on walls. This I found online. It says, a wall is often deemed a male quality. When representing something in a dream, it can also mirror male feelings of being inadequate emotionally or holding back your own feelings. When the wall is surrounding something you deem as special or treasured,
like beautiful ladies and
consider
movies.
your own feelings about this thing in your life, especially in the case where the wall is blocking you from reaching a goal or a person. Consider that your own feelings are blocked off and that it's not your intentional doing, but rooted back to the relationship with your father in childhood. That is some Freudian shit right there, man.
Yeah, it is. Was there something, is he holding back in a relationship then in that case?
I don't know what it is, but I feel like it could be something either right on the money. We might have hit something right on the money. He's got, father issues, something like that, or it could just be me finding this paragraph that I read online about what walls mean. But, like you said, we always say every dream is really related to the dreamer itself. So this guy could not have any father issues, and we're just like, he just likes boobs.
Can you tell we're unprofessionals in this? Like I said, Freud had probably lots of mommy daddy issues.
But I just found it interesting, like, that went such into, like, I don't know. I thought when they were saying, like, you're reaching for something that you can't get, and he's this kind of seeming like that in the dream too. I just found it interesting because I never thought of a wall as being masculine or feminine. And
no. Anything particular you can pull out from the stars and striped bathing suits?
Yeah, let me get into that. I have some thoughts on this. Okay, so the color of the bathing suits, I think, is very important. Yes. We kind of talked, blue represents like a positive outlook. Red is negative, typically, right? And then white kind of symbolize purification or genuine intention, something like that. So what if these bathing suits are all three colors, which they are if they're stars and stripes? So it kind of goes into the confusion factor. I think the stress factor, like we're all confused. We all are, and
we're all confused by your dream,
Julien. We're all confused. We need you to write back in and give us a little more, a few more answers. So I took it as we all struggle to see the good, the bad in ourselves, and maybe that's all the colors. Like we're trying to see the blues, the reds, the whites. We're all trying to balance it out, and maybe he's just seeing that in these women. I think we're doing a real deep dive into just a fun booby dream, but the symbols were so like out there that I'm like, there has to be
they were very specific.
A little bit more. But
considering it's a patriotic swimsuit, do you think maybe it lends to a quality of loyalty of Julien, perhaps, that you look at the flag, whether it's on boobies or on a flagpole, and you think it's a sense of pride, it's a sense of
sometimes comfort. I would even say comfort sometimes too, like I'm proud here and I see my flag and I feel a part of something, so I agree with that. The thing that I thought lastly, that was interesting was some of the women becoming unattractive. But I think again, woof, leave those girls out of the glass box.
Please leave them in the glass box, please.
So I think that also just ties into some were pretty, some weren't. Positive aspects he's dealing with, negative aspects he's dealing. I just think it all correlates. Like all his symbols are really kind of stacked on top of each other.
I would say just go for the chick that has the best sense of humor.
Yeah, come on. Why can't we have a dream where we're looking at girls telling jokes in glass boxes?
Please.
Okay, the last thing, boobs, but not just boobs. He said big boobs. So not just big boobs, lots of big boobs. So there weren't just boobs, there were big boobs and there were lots of women. So I did look up something since is
this going back to the mommy issues? This is going to mom issues because nurturing,
we
right?
talked about that, like you said, with the Benihana strip club. But I thought, okay, well, let's look at it a different way. Like, obviously, it's still going to be maternal or family related. But I read specifically, a man dreams of big boobs represents his readiness for a family life and parenting. I don't know what a small boob dream would mean, but that's what it said.
I'm kind of offended by this.
I don't know. Maybe small boobs mean something else, but I only looked up big boobs because that was the dream.
Right.
And the fact that there are a lot of boobs may indicate that he will start like an extended family. I think it means he's ready to have a family, and then the fact that there are a lot of boobs means maybe he wants a big family. That's what I broke it down to.
Or it doesn't necessarily have to be direct wife, kids. It could be a friend group, like extending.
It doesn't have to be like literally blood family. You're right. It could be a new friend group. It could be anything.
A new hobby of flying airplanes in the neighborhood.
And I'd like to know what else is in that building. If the building has everything, we only know about this restaurant, club, and the airport. I'd kind of
definitely has a Subway.
Wait, Subway sandwich shop or Subway tunnel?
Yeah. No, a Subway sandwich shop.
Of course.
A liquor store. It's definitely got A nail place.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have
definitely.
one of those. Yeah. That's convenient.
But I just think that's, he's looking at all the good things, all the bad things. He's trying to I think he's really just trying to find his way around the building in quotes, So I just hope he finds which doors he can choose to close forever and which one he discovers he needs to open.
And if you have extra time, figure out how to get into that room with all the chicks.
Yes. Maybe there's like a special code, like.
Oh, I wonder if it's like, is it like a Miss America contest?
Oh, like a pageant.
Like a pageant.
But
they're all beautiful, though. Who are we kidding?
They're all beautiful, but then some were unattractive. And then, I don't know.
Did you ever used to watch those?
All the time.
That's you. And actually, here's a crazy sidebar. And I hope you know where I'm going with this. Remember when I was in high school and I got this notification that I was like Miss Dubuque County or something, and I could be.
What?
Yeah, no. I got this like thing in the mail. It's like, okay, you've been nominated for Miss Dubuque County, and you can go ahead and compete in this Miss Iowa pageant or something. Like,
were you catfished?
No,
was this a catfish?
No, and you
real?
said you would be my pageant manager.
Oh, I totally would. I just don't remember this.
Oh my God, you had like a binder and you had it planned. You had my evening gown. We talked about what
was it red?
It probably was.
Yeah.
And it had, interview questions just in case I had to be prepared for it. You had this. Does this ring a bell at all?
This 100% is me. I know this has to be me, but I don't remember this specifically.
Yes, we're like picking out outfits.
Oh, like I said, this is me 100%. I know it is. I just have a hole in my memory because, even before this, my whole life I would watch them with my mom with our little clipboards.
And you'd rate
take our notes and do it. So that was probably my dream job when this happened to you. I don't know if I don't know where it went.
I don't know
where that memory went, but I know for a fact it's me.
It is you.
Because it couldn't be anyone else.
And I thank my parents for being the grounded ones because I probably would have just run off to like the big city and just been like, let's do this. Because I was like, I'm going to be a model.
You're running off to Des Moines,
I know.
big city to be Miss Iowa.
My parents are like, yeah, no, this is probably just, you had to pay money somewhere along the line here.
Well, I was going to say, it's never free. There's never always something you have to pay to get into something, and then the next one's probably more expensive, and then more expensive.
And you have to have your portfolio shots, and you have to have your gowns.
You get your headshots and your new dresses and your talent dresses. And
oh my gosh! But to all those women out there that do it, go for you.
God bless them.
Go do it.
You really put yourself out there. That's brave. Yes. Now, what would your talent have been? Did we talk about that? Can you do like cheerleading while playing a flute?
I sure could have.
That wasn't an insult. This is just spitballing.
This is just what I was into in high school. Flute playing and cheerleading. Yeah, I still don't know what my talent is, to be honest.
I'd have to go out there and be like, please vote for me because I don't have a talent. Maybe just like do a shimmy and then take a bow.
That's all you need. It. You would have won. I
think I may have.
Yeah.
It's different. It's ballsy.
It is. It would have definitely stood out to the judges.
Yeah. Well, back to this. I think there's a lot of crazy symbolism, but let's not fool ourselves. I think Julien's just probably having a dream about being in a cool building with boobs. But it was fun to kind of look into colors and symbolism of certain things that were happening. Lots of different symbols. So
yeah,
thought it was worth taking a look at. Yeah. So Julien, hope you find the right door to open.
And if you want to be like Julien and share your dream with the Remelations podcast, you can do that by emailing remelations@gmail.com. We'll take your boob stories. We'll take your nightmares.
Big or small.
Big or small. We don't judge. We'll take your nightmares. We'll take your crazy, bizarre stories. Anything. Please just email us. We would love to include you in the show.
Yes. Mindy, do you have a dream to share with us today?
I have a dream. And this one's a little, I would say not heavy. It's a little more emotional than your dream.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, I would say that almost anything would be because
all right. So here's a dream from Xana. And this one has some animals in it, so I know you're going to love it.
I already do.
I know. The dream started off with me in my house. I'm looking out the window into the garden, and I see 3 elephants hidden in the bushes and trees. There are 2 adults and 1 baby. They're all eating amongst the bushes. I start taking videos to send to my partner, as I was shocked to see elephants. The baby one started eating away at the tree so hard and started stomping that the tree fell down. I felt a little panic that the elephants would run into the house, but they ran past and went by.
Okay.
I ran into the house to watch them go by throughout the other windows.
Okay.
The dream switched to myself and my partner going to our favorite pub, and it was busy, and our favorite table was free, which was rare as it's usually always taken.
Score.
Yeah, right?
That's like the best feeling, right? You know, when you have like a table.
You have
like,
a
and you're
table.
Like, and then it's free. You're like, yeah.
I'm meant to be
something
here.
satisfying about
Totally.
that.
I'm such the same way. Or like Mark and I would like to go to a bar, and we like to sit at the bar. But if the bar is full, we're like, we have to have like a table.
You're like, we have to
Bummer.
be like adults.
I
and
know.
sit at
I'd
a
rather sit at the
table.
bar. You get way better service at the bar.
It's funny, isn't it, though? Like, some people, like, will refuse to sit at the bar.
Yes.
I'm like, why? What's the big deal? Like, usually the bartender's super friendly.
Oh, yeah.
They know the menu as well as any of the wait staff, and there's less of them. I mean, I'm sure it's more stressful if it's busy, but
we always find better service at the bar. So we always pick a bar.
I agree.
Okay. So they're sitting at her favorite table. Great.
Great. Just like how you
Great.
said.
We sat down and weird things started happening to me. First,
Love it.
2 men in masks came up and started dancing.
Sexy dancing?
It just says dancing. And what kind of masks are we talking about? Like
I was going to
masquerade
say,
masks or COVID masks?
This could either be really cool or really terrifying, depending on just the mask
I
alone.
wish I had more details on that part, but I don't.
This could change the dream entirely if we knew the mask.
So these masked men are dancing, and then people I know start to appear a bit like a flash mob.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Entertaining.
It's getting
right
exciting.
here. So then it's weird. I start crying and I look at my partner who's smiling. The people are reading out things they have written about me. All lovely things.
Ooh, it's like a honey roast.
Oh, what's a honey roast?
Well, like, roast is like, when they say terrible things, like a honey roast is like when they say sweet things.
Oh, I thought it was like a eulogy. I'm thinking like eulogy. Everyone's saying nice things about you. Are you dead?
Kind of,
Okay,
but
we'll get
it's
to
like
that.
it's like a honey roast.
Okay. So everyone's saying lovely things. I get the feeling my partner is about to propose.
Oh.
He says a lovely speech about me. My mom is crying. I see my Nana, who has passed, is there.
Okay.
And then I see a flash of my granddad, who has also passed, and he congratulates me.
Oh.
I've not been proposed to, so I don't know why all the congratulations.
She just made the speech, but like the speech didn't end with the proposal. It was just like, okay.
Everyone's making a speech. Like everyone's saying nice things about her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just thought there was a bunch of people there and her partner was making a big speech.
Yeah, no, just everyone's saying nice things, but no proposal yet. When I saw my granddad, it was a passing moment, almost like I was dreaming in that moment in my dream.
Oh, weird.
And I was desperate to find and see my granddad, as I know he had passed in real life, and so I was desperate to see him.
Oh.
Then my boyfriend gives me a necklace.
Boo!
Right?
Boo!
She's expecting a proposal and she gets a necklace.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the worst. This
just turned into a nightmare.
Right?
That's the worst.
Yeah, okay. I'm a wedding photographer, right? So I know a lot of how these proposals go. And you have the talk. You have the talk, the forever. We call it the forever talk. You have the forever talk. We can see each other together for the rest of our lives, blah, blah, blah. And then you wait. And then you get a fucking necklace. Why?
That's like cruel and unusual punishment right there.
Everyone's saying that. Everyone's there. Like you're
like your whole
more.
family and everyone's like saying
even
nice
your dead
stuff.
grandparents.
Yeah, like everyone that's important to you, alive or dead, should be like the most amazing experience of your life. And a necklace. I don't care if it's an all diamond necklace. Wrap that thing around my finger and try again.
Oh my god, that cracks me up. Okay. All right. So, okay, she gets a necklace from her boyfriend. It is a silver heart with diamonds and tiny pearls on the chain. Mm-hmm. So it's very specific. There are letters on the box that don't make sense. I'm confused and feel like this wasn't meant for me and meant for someone else.
Ouch.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Ouch. I hold him tight and I feel an overwhelming sense of love. I cannot stop the tears.
She's holding her boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm holding my boyfriend tight, and I'm feeling an overwhelming sense of love, and I cannot stop the tears. I'm stroking his head and holding him so tight. I look over at everyone, and they're all watching and smiling, and they cannot see my granddad. So, like, she can see her granddad, but no one else can see him.
Okay.
Which is weird. She's saying it's very dreamlike.
Yeah.
But they tell me I'm seeing my granddad in my partner's dad, and that was a sign. So everyone else can see her partner's dad,
but
she's seeing her granddad.
Wow. Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah. His dad said, I will be looked after and welcomed me into the family. My partner's dad passed away 3 years ago in real life. I have not met him and only seen one photo of the man, but the man in my dream looked nothing like my partner's dad.
Wow. That's fascinating.
And then she woke up.
That's a good one.
This is like really crazy deep, and wow.
That is so deep and so interesting on so
Xana.
many levels. Wow.
Yeah. I don't even know where to start with this, but
she was happy with the necklace made of pearls
she was.
and diamonds, which
she was expecting the proposal.
I thought that was going to be like a big turning point in the dream, but she said she was holding him so tight, like, and she was crying.
She felt
I'm
loved.
guessing with happiness, unless she was crying with like such hard disappointment. She was like almost shaking him, holding on to him.
Well, she said she was, what'd she say? I was crying, I was stroking his head, and I was holding on to him so tight. So it seems like it was like a positive. It wasn't bad for her not to have
it wasn't.
that.
She seemed very happy with the situation, but it is unusual that the lead up made it seem like it was going to be a much bigger letdown, but she really wasn't let down. She seemed perfectly fine with it. So
right.
It's very
well, let's start all the way back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it starts off with the elephants. And Brooke, I know you're a huge animal fan. So I had to look up what elephants mean because, if I think of elephants, they're big. And that's pretty much all I can think of.
They're not very smart. They're a lot smarter than people realize. They're very wise. They can run. They can swim, which people don't think. Their big fucking trunk tree legs can swim like nobody's business. And they are very big family unit. So when I heard about the baby, I was going to be a little worried that there might be some protection issues, but it didn't seem that way. It just seemed kind of like a
That's what I found
family.
From researching them a bit about elephants is they're very socially complex animals. And it has a lot to do with family. So there's usually a matriarch and the offspring, and there's a lot of maternal herds. And they're strong animals, but do you know that, this is something that I just found interesting, elephants are pregnant for nearly 2 years?
Yeah, it's a huge gestation period.
Thank you.
Huge gestation period.
9 months was hell. I do not anything more than 9 months.
Well, that's a big baby to make. That baby's got to cook a lot longer.
It is true. And they are so cute.
They are so cute. But yeah, they are so protective. Side note, I came up with, I think, one of the best sci-fi animal combination movies.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just get ready.
Get comfortable.
Okay, I'm ready. What is it?
So it's called Cobra Font. Because it's an elephant, but its trunk is a spitting cobra.
It's gold.
I was worried you looked down for a minute. I thought you were going to be like, isn't it? Trademark.
That would be
font.
Cobra font?
Yeah, like cobra elephant.
Oh, like a fant.
Elephant. Cobra elephant. Cobra fant.
I think we have to work on the name a little bit.
Yeah, maybe Ella Obra.
Ella Obra. I think that's way better.
Ella Obra. And then,
Obra.
I just saw it once and I was like, could you imagine? Like, elephants are majestic, but then you've got not just a cobra, a spitting cobra as
Which
its
is
trunk.
venomous.
Like, this could be, Mindy, yes.
I've learned.
It is, except for that's the one that.
But it spits, it can be poisonous.
Oh, I love you. I love you.
If you need a lesson on how snakes are poisonous or venomous, you need to.
1, 2.
No, it's like
it was real early on.
Brooke went on her rant about what is poisonous versus venomous.
Yeah. If you'd like a recap, you can just send us a message and I'll explain it.
She'll be more than happy.
More than happy. I'll even give you a call if you want. We can discuss it. I have no problem making a friendly call out there.
Going back to the elephants, I think, you're thinking a lot of family. It seems like, it's a very social, family social animal. And so the fact that there's 3 of them. Let's go to number 3. Love my numbers. Okay, so 3 is considered an angel number. It represents a trinity.
Yeah.
So it can be religious, a sense of trinity, or it can also mean like a union of mind, body, and soul.
Right.
But usually the number 3 is a number which means good things to come. Like it's very hopeful and optimistic.
Yeah.
And I think this whole dream, as we go on, we really see that throughout the dream.
I mean, it's all family based, like past, present, and future almost. It's like families being developed, being explored in different ways, like elephant families, past family members, future family members. It's all related.
If he gives a ring and not a necklace, maybe future family, but
yeah, right.
We have to see about this.
TBD about the future part.
So then, the elephant, then the baby elephant is the one who kind of starts kind of causing an upheaval of stomping and knocking this tree down. And then all of a sudden she felt scared a little bit, like, oh, I better get inside. Like, I don't want to be trampled.
Right.
And then she runs, but she does want to observe what happens next.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of feel like it's almost like a pay attention moment in a dream. Like, this is something important. Pay attention.
Like, stop, listen, watch. Yeah.
Yes. You need to pay attention to something in your life right now. And then we go to this bar, which there's a lot of scene changes in this, which I kind of love.
Which is you, totally.
Which is me. Totally
I
me.
get it.
She gets to her favorite pub, and the bar, the favorite table's open, which we talked about, is the greatest feeling in the world.
Score.
But that's a feeling of familiarity and comfort to like have like the one spot that you want open. I can sit there.
It's there. Yeah.
But then the guys who have the mask on start dancing like a flash mob.
I forgot about that part. How could I forget?
So again, like,
that?
what kind of masks are we talking about? Like masquerade masks, like full face,
really
like
need to know, Xana, because it's God. That could make all the difference in the world for this moment. It could be like woo, or oh, let's run. We're gonna get murdered.
There's so many different kinds of masks. Like,
I know
you got the Jason mask. Mm-hmm. You got like a fun Mardi Gras mask.
Yeah, fun, sexy Mardi Gras mask.
You have Zorro,
which is like weird, but okay, still not too scary.
What about the guy from Princess Bride, Wesley? He had a mask.
Yeah, well, that's
really
like
hot.
See, that would be like the kind of Zorro mask.
I would go with that one.
Like As You Wish.
Yes, please, everything I wish. I had the biggest crush on that dude.
But this is how dark I went when you first said it, and I had to stop myself because I was like, go back, wait, finish, listen what she's saying. Uh-huh. But I saw this creepy like burlap sack, like terrifying, like with like one eye hole cut out of it.
That's
like
interesting.
Creepy.
That's what you thought.
Well, I tend to go towards the dark, but I mean that's just what happened.
I was thinking like a surgical mask, to be honest. Like
see, look at that, very, very different.
Very different. Like I'm like thinking like it's time of COVID, and thankfully we're kind of starting to get beyond that. But I thought mask.
I'm like, no, there's a escaped mental patient serial killer that could only find a burlap sack and is coming to get you.
So Xana, please let us know what kind of mask it was, because I would like to know that piece. It would help. But there's flash mob, there's dancing, but it seems celebratory overall. Like everyone's having a good time. And then all of a sudden, like all of our family starts showing up and starts saying good things about you. And it's funny because you said a honey roast.
Honey roast.
I went right to eulogy.
Right? So
she's dead.
We just flipped.
I'm
like, oh, everyone loves her honey roast. You're like, she's dead. We were just on opposite. But that's why we work together well.
Yeah.
We all look at things differently.
But you're right. Everyone's saying nice things about her, and she's still alive. So that's good.
But is she? Maybe we don't know.
Oh, or is she?
Or is she? Now that we're thinking of it in a different way, maybe it's all a sixth sense type thing.
Mm. Well, it is weird because when we get to the end, we talk about a granddad that no one else can see but her. Mm-hmm. But next we get to the point where he's going to propose, and he gives her a necklace. Mm. I'm very curious to see, Xana, where you are in this relationship with your partner in real life. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe you're ready to take the next step, and you're looking for some reassurance from family, which is why it's such a family heavy dream that like, yeah, this is the right guy. Mm-hmm. Everyone, feeling good. Everyone loves him. And maybe he's not really ready to that point yet, which hence the necklace.
It is just such a disappointment though. Like if she's maybe, but some women don't even want a ring. Maybe they want a necklace. So maybe that's what
true.
She was hoping. But it doesn't seem like that's the case in this
But
dream.
it didn't make her angry either. It didn't way. It didn't make her
she
sad.
Still felt close. I mean, I think also the interesting part is that his dad, right? It was his dad where she saw her grandfather in. That part is, I think, what's interesting, because maybe that's what she needed as comfort. Just knowing that, okay, well, I'm ready. Maybe he's not, but you know what? There's somebody that I know I trust my grandfather is now embodied in who will be my father-in-law. And maybe she felt comfort in that. And just the necklace enough
both sides.
was fine.
And she felt this reassurance, like everything, it's joyful, like everything's, it's like this new phase in her life she's coming into, and she's feeling the acceptance of the rest of the family.
Sure. Did you happen to look up by any chance what pearls mean?
I didn't look it up, but if I think of pearls, really timeless, classic. If you're thinking of a piece of jewelry that has never really gone out of style, it's pearls. And it's such a feminine symbol, especially these days, you know, with the pearls. So I just feel like it embodies her as a woman, and it's yet traditional. Yeah. Kind of like a balance between the two.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it also represents, like you said, just a timeless thing. There were people all around her, you know, her family, some alive, some dead. It's just like a timeless thing that she'll always have. She'll always feel protected. She'll always feel loved.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The overall feeling that she had in this dream was her emotion was happiness. Yeah. And I think when you have emotion in dreams, it really translates to what your true emotions are in real life. Yeah. And so I think regardless if her partner is ready to propose or not, she's happy with where it is right now. Yeah. And it's a good thing. And she's crying. And crying in dreams is very raw emotion, but it's happy tears. Yeah. So it's not like stress. It's not sadness. All it is like happiness.
Yeah. It seemed like it was kind of going to go down a sad path, but actually everything ended up perfectly for her. I mean, she might not be engaged, but she has everything she needs at the moment. And
it sounds like a gorgeous necklace, by the way.
It does. Let me see a picture of it, please. Draw it out.
Oh, wait. Here we go. Gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here as a wedding photographer. When you are ready to make that statement of proposing to your partner, or men, women, either way, we've had some brides that propose to their partner. Oh. When you're ready to make that commitment, ask best friends what kind of ring their bestie might want.
So important. Guys, girls, I know you think you might know your partner better than anyone else, but you might not.
Want to double check with the bestie.
You could have all the best intentions with what you pick, but ask that bestie because, ooh.
No one knows your partner better than their bestie. Just saying.
No one knows better. Yeah, definitely.
Contact us. We can give you our ideas.
Yes.
Most of them don't involve necklaces.
Words of wisdom from Mindy and from much experience with brides and grooms and lots of diamonds and anything in between. So, yeah, don't just run out and do it, whether you think it's perfect or not, because
take your time. It's a piece of jewelry you're going to wear
forever, and it symbolizes
hopefully 50, 60 years, you know?
Right, and it's supposed to symbolize eternity, and it's like, you got to get this one right.
You got to get it right.
You got to get it right.
All right, well, overall, Xana, thank you for sending this in. Yeah. I just see this overall as a positive dream of love and support, knowing that your family's around you. It's nothing but love. I think it's a great dream. Fun symbols. Yeah. But I think you're really in a good place right now with how you're feeling about your relationship. So
she's happy.
Yay.
I agree. Yay, Xana. Congrats. Hey, besties out there. We hope you're loving the show as much as we do, and we want you to continue to enjoy it. And the best way you can do that is just to support us. You can go to remelations.com/support. You can become a Patreon member, and don't forget, the first 25 Patreon members get a one-of-a-kind Remelations t-shirt that you will wear and love forever. That's a guarantee.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? The other thing you can do out there is to rate our show, because rating helps us to be validated in what we're doing and lets other people know that you think we're awesome. So we're going to give you a couple seconds here now. Look at your phone. Now, go to your screen and find where it says rate the show. Excellent. You're there? Okay, good. Now go ahead and hit 5 stars. Great job. You're doing it awesome. We're right here with you. If you want to put a few Brooke's cracking up. I'm holding my hand out like I have a phone.
If you're doing it in such a nice, soothing voice, we're right there with you. Good job. Good job.
So if you want to put a couple words in there that says we're having a fun time and we're awesome, we'd appreciate it. And then go ahead and hit submit.
Submit.
And thank you.
Please and thank you.
This moment brought to you by Mindy and Brooke. Okay.
Okay, why do I hear running feet above me? I'm on the top floor.
Ooh, creep.
Like it sounds like child's feet, like running.
I don't know.
What was that?
Was
Did
there
you
something on
hear
your roof?
that?
No.
Something is happening.
Someone's on your roof.
That is freaking me out because it's not even footsteps. It's just like a loud noise now.
They must be like doing some work up there or something. I'm sure it's fine.
Let's tell myself
Your
that.
door is locked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're fine.
I've been in this building 3 years and never heard noises like this. I've actually had weird experiences in this apartment. Never in the other two, but nothing I feel uncomfortable about, but weird stuff.
Weird.
As long as you can't hear it, that's fine because it's very loud in here.
So, Brooke, you're hungover because you went out for St. Patrick's Day.
Let's be honest, I really didn't go out for St. Patrick's Day. I went to watch a March Madness game with a friend.
Oh, that's how it always starts.
That's how it always starts. And
what are you doing tonight?
Watching a March Madness game with a friend.
Okay. Okay, I see a pattern.
I hope I don't feel this way tomorrow. I'm going to be cool about it tonight. But we just ended up going over to her boyfriend's house, hanging out with a couple of his buddies. So it wasn't like we were out doing anything, but it was just chill. It was fun, but there was just a lot of drinks. I mean, they're like 10 years younger than we are.
Oh, yeah, that's always harder.
They had the shots going. They had
what kind of shots did you have going?
That roulette shot thing, like.
Oh, no. What is a roulette shot thing?
It's like a roulette wheel, but it's got different shots on the outside, and you spin it, and you have to.
It sounds delicious. Let me.
And I don't know if we had told the listeners, but I had been like on a sober streak, just like a 2-3 week time period where I'm like, I'm just going to take it easy on everything. So my tolerance went to 0. So last night,
hard.
I drank what I maybe used to drink when I'd go out pretty hardcore, not when I've been not drinking for a few weeks. So
what kind of shots did you do?
Mostly apple pie shots, but that's Everclear, so
yikes.
They taste so good.
Oh, hey, Bessie's out there. What is the one shot or one drink you can never drink again because you had too much in your party days?
Yeah,
Brooke, I have you. I see you've raised your hand.
I'm raising my hand.
What is the one thing you cannot drink again? And why?
I have 2.
Okay. Ooh, double down.
Well, pretty broad range whiskey. Never again. Never again.
I think a lot of people can agree.
Too many snake bites back in the day.
Oh my God. I have not thought about snake bites since you and I probably had them many years ago. What's in a snake bite?
Yukon Jack and a splash of lime, which is like a terrible whiskey and a splash of lime, and it's very rarely chilled.
Thought about that shot in many years.
And I think that's what I had a lot before I was 21 because that's the only place I could get into. But then the thing that I can't drink is Crown Royal.
Oh.
Because I don't know why, it makes me cry every time.
Makes you
could
cry.
be in the best mood possible.
Can you please put a disclaimer on that bottle that says star, asterisk, can make you cry.
But you know how like people say like, oh, tequila is my bad liquor. It makes me crazy and mean. I'm like, my bad liquor is Crown Royal because it will just make me cry. Like it's like one drink in and I'm like, and I have nothing sad about it. Just it sets something off of me. I don't know why. So man, what's yours?
I would have to say, for me, Seagram's. Oof. But I blame my older sisters for this one.
Yeah.
So
I blame my older brother for whiskey too. So
it's always the siblings, right?
Older siblings.
I don't think I was quite 21 yet. I think 20. My parents have a cottage and there's this little bar that is like in nearby. And this is middle of Iowa. There's not a whole lot going on. And it was karaoke night. And so we went up there and it was Betty's karaoke. But Betty was a bitch. She let her friends sing all the songs. And for some reason, we just could not get a song in, even though we put our songs in before. You know this thing, right?
Making me really
You put your songs in.
I hate those type of people that are like the karaoke Nazis. Like, oh, just my friends can come in. No. No. Be fair. Betty, Betsy, whatever.
Rude
is your name.
Here's the best part of the story.
Yeah.
My sister and I go into the bathroom. I'm not 21. They're buying these drinks, Seagram's 7 and 7s. Ugh, yeah. And I don't have a high tolerance at all for hard liquor at this point. I still don't. But we're in the bathroom, and my sister, Tiffany, my next oldest sister, is in one stall. There's a stall between us, and then I'm in the next stall. And all of a sudden, this woman that was in between the two of our stalls comes out, and there's a rumble.
What? What do you mean a rumble?
So another woman that's in the bathroom, she sees this woman come out. She goes, "Are you Luscious Sherry?"
What?
And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I know you've been sleeping with my man." And we're like, "Oh, we're stuck in these stalls, and there's going to be like a
her
rumble
name was
in the bathroom."
Luscious Sherry. I'm sorry.
That's what she
I know
called
there's
her.
a fight going to happen, but what I'm picking up on is one of
Luscious
these women
Sherry.
is named Luscious Sherry.
Don't let your husband hang out with Luscious Sherry. It is
That's
not
bad
a good
news.
idea. It's bad news.
She's up to no good no matter what
And
the
so
situation is.
We're just, this is before cell phones were widely available. And so we're just, it's not like we could text each other from the stalls.
But you
and
both
say,
knew.
"Oh shit."
You knew what was going on.
We knew what was going on. And we're like, we might have to stay in here a little bit longer than
I'm
expected.
not coming out. I'm not coming out.
Next thing you
happened?
know, Luscious Sherry and Mrs.
Non-Luscious Sherry.
Mrs. Non-Luscious Sherry walk out and go into the parking lot, and we're like, "Phew, okay."
Did
They may come out of our stall. I have no idea. I was so drunk I couldn't tell you what color the chairs were.
The
I have no
chairs?
idea.
You mean the toilets?
No, I was so drunk I couldn't tell up from down. So I have no idea what happened. But Luscious Sherry will always be treasured with Seagram's 7 and 7s.
I hope to God Luscious Sherry somehow finds this podcast and writes in, because I would love to know what happened and what's happening now for her. How's life now? And what happened that night too? I would
love to know as well.
And I'd love to know if that is, her given name, Luscious Sherry, or maybe a nickname. I'm hoping it's her given name because that would make it even better. But just a lot of questions here.
Maybe not.
LS. We'll call her LS. So, or maybe she could be LC. I don't know. It could be Sherry.
Could be. It could be a Sherry with C. But,
just let us know.
Yeah. Thanks, Seagrams.
I can't believe that story. That's so funny.
Anyhow, besties out there, if there is one drink you can never drink again in your life because you had a bad experience, please write in. Send us your listeners' stories to revelations@gmail.com. We'd love to hear them.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay, Brooke. Let's talk about sleep positions.
Oh.
So, what?
My second favorite type of positions to talk about. Just kidding. I like sleep a lot better.
That's not what you've been texting me lately.
Ooh, good one.
So, what position do you normally sleep in?
I usually, okay, it's weird. I used to be a stomach sleeper exclusively. Now, not so much. I usually start on my side. At some point, it's like, this is what I call the glory moment of the night. There's some point where I roll over on my back and I hit this sweet spot. And I just go.
So back sleeper now. Starfish in it.
Starfish in it, but I just feel like I'm sinking in. And it has nothing to do with the bed because it's any
let me
place.
ask, where are your arms when you start your back sleeping? Is it to the down along your sides? Is it above your head? Is it to the side?
I think I'm trying to
looks like she's dancing the flamenco here.
Yeah. One I think is usually kind of above, kind of behind my head under a pillow, and one kind of down by my side.
Okay.
But then that makes me kind of then go back over to my side. So I kind of fluctuate. Here's the weird thing. When I really can't sleep, which is a lot of time, but like this is only like once in a while, my body somehow tells me, flip it. I just flip it. And I have to put my head at the foot of the bed.
That is interesting.
And it's always on my stomach, like how I used to sleep.
Okay.
And sometimes that helps me fall back to sleep. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I would say I start on my side, but I am definitely a stomach sleeper. And I more so. Like if I can't fall asleep, I'm on my stomach and I can fall asleep. Like mostly. But I hated not being able to stomach sleep when I was pregnant.
Oh, when you're pregnant? Yeah.
The worst.
You have to be on your back too, don't you?
Yeah, they say your side's the best.
Or your side, because your organs get like squished or something.
I'll talk about that because I just did a little bit of like digging about what our sleep positions may mean.
Oh, God. This is fascinating.
Here we go. This actual article came from Psychology Today by Michael Brutus, PhD. Fancy.
Yeah,
we'll put a link in the show notes. This whole article starts about how we spend a third of our life sleeping. So there's only like a handful of typical sleep positions. So if you think of 1/3 of your life, you're only in a handful of positions.
Right?
And you, well.
Well, maybe some of us are a little different.
What do they mean about us? What does each one mean?
Please. I'm so interested.
Okay, so the one thing he noticed as we get older, we more gravitate towards a side sleeping position. So as children, I mean, if you have children, little babies, you put them on your back to sleep. It's the safest way to sleep children. So like they start on their backs mostly. But as we get older, we begin to sleep more of our side, especially when you become like an early adult and starts changing because how your bones are, it just is more posturally comfortable.
Okay.
So the older we get, the more we end up sleeping our sides. But also, as we age, we move around less during the night and less frequently. But, I mean, if you've ever slept with a kid in your bed, my God.
Nonstop
feet
moving.
in the face. This little tiny body that is 40 pounds can take up 99% of my bed. Insane. And just nonstop movement. So out of all of my kids, the youngest, she has always been active. And so when I was pregnant with her, actually, she was the most somersaulty, twirly, never stopped moving in my stomach child.
She's letting you know she's having a good time in there.
Her nickname is Kicky Feet for that reason.
Kicky Feet.
Well, her full nickname is Bella Rue Kicky Feet. But Bella's because that's why I want to name her. Rue because she had rooster hair, and Kicky Feet because she didn't stop moving. All my kids have these weird nicknames.
I love it.
So she just never stopped moving. And as soon as she was born, it was the same thing. Like the child never stopped moving, especially in bed. You sleep next to her and it was like foot in the side, hand in the face, knee in the crotch. Like it just never.
Not. I want to be able to sleep like that. Like just lay in bed and just be able to just move around,
as
smack
much as you
who
want.
I want, just kick. It's the best.
Okay. Going to gender. Studies also suggest women are twice as likely to prefer sleeping in the fetal position than men.
I wonder why that would make a difference because we all start there.
Right.
Right? We all start there. So like, why would it make a difference?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fascinating.
And even the American Pregnancy Association recommends sleeping on the left side for pregnancy because of the blood flow and the nutrients to the placenta. So you're right, as what you said earlier, mostly. Yeah. Keeping it better for the baby.
You kept it very well spoken. I said it smushes your organs, but you gave me credit for it.
Right.
I get partial credit.
You get partial credit.
But yeah, I can't imagine like I struggle so much sleeping as is that if I could only sleep in one position, like knowing like you have to sleep on your left side, it would psychologically drive me bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about each sleep position and what it might mean. Okay. So sleeping on your back. This is the least popular sleep position, according to the National Sleep Foundation. It reports that only 8% of sleepers choose this position.
I'm one of the 8%ers.
I'd rather be a 1%er, but hey, take what you can.
Yeah, I'd rather be that too, but if I can be an 8%er for sleep.
But here's some qualities of back sleepers. They are associated with self-confidence. Back sleepers may also be stubborn and have high expectations of themselves and others. Okay, so if your arms extend down to your sides, you're maybe more reserved. But if your hands are above your head, you're more considered relaxed and open-minded.
So
you're right in between. Then if you said you're dancing,
to me, I've always been
one up, one down,
a right down the middle, right brain, left brain person. So it only makes perfect sense that I have one arm up and one arm down because it's still representing both of those. Makes so much sense.
Now, if you're a stomach sleeper, this type of sleeping is linked to defensiveness as well as perfectionism, sensitivity to criticism. Stomach sleepers often feel overwhelmed and lacking control in their lives. Yeah, that's interesting because I would say that's my go-to if I can't sleep.
Well, and that's weird because that's every once in a while how I have to flip.
Yeah, I am
do
sensitive
that.
to criticism. Okay, stop saying things about me.
I have a question when you sleep on your stomach, because when I do it, it's a very specific arm, hand, leg placement. So how do you sleep when you're on your stomach?
I have to have both my hands like under like my chin.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
So it's like both hands up under my pillow, under my chin.
Yeah. But what about your legs? Are they just straight out?
They can be straight out. They can be one bent like a flamingo. Depends.
One's bent like a flamingo for me. I always have like one bent. So it's almost kind of like a crime scene photo,
Yes.
but only
Yeah,
face down. Because I'm like this with one leg up. But that's,
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, okay, moving on to side sleeping, which is the most popular way to sleep.
Okay.
It's linked to being relaxed, open-minded, and being able to compromise. So if you sleep on your right side, they really break it down here.
Wow. I was going to say, okay, here we go.
If you sleep on your right side, you're more likely to smoke and rely on caffeine.
Wow.
If you sleep on your left side, you're more creative and well-educated, which I don't know how that matters at all. But
I'm trying to think about like.
I think I'm equally... Because if I want to snuggle with my husband, I'm going to sleep on my right side and snuggle. And then at some point I get too hot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on if we're spooning or not, if it's too hot and we go the other way. Like, yeah, there's a lot of variables in side sleeping.
If you put your arms to the sides as you're side sleeping, you're trusting and you're possibly gullible, and you may be a rigid thinker.
Well, how do you put your you mean like straight down your sides? Like, okay.
Yeah. But if you kind of like put your hands like that, like how would you describe this?
Like a senior photo when they say, put your face on the mirror.
Yes.
And lay your head gently on your hands and look up into the heavens.
Yes. So they're kind of like
like every senior photo we ever had, I feel like. So
if your arms are more at a 90 degree angle by your face, that would be more
kind of cradling your face.
Yeah.
Kind of like cradling your face.
You're possibly suspicious and you're curious about the world. Again.
Okay.
I don't know what this means. I'm just reading it. Okay. If you are a fetal position sleeper, you're associated with sensitivity and anxiety and a desire for comfort. Fetal position sleepers may be more conscientious and organized with a tendency to overthink things.
Oh.
But they're initially...
I'm surprised I'm not a fetal sleeper.
But they're initially shy but warm-hearted. I think that's a lot of interesting. But what I really wanted to get to in this article was, what does it mean about your dreams? So how do dreams relate to how you sleep?
Yes.
Please.
I'd love to.
Right. So right side sleepers, if you're out there, you may experience fewer nightmares than left side sleepers. So if you want a good night's dream, just go to the left side.
Yeah.
If you're a back sleeper, you're more likely to have nightmares. And research indicates they may also have a harder time recalling their dreams.
Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for Brooke the back sleeper.
Yep, that is it. If you're a stomach sleeper, you experience dreams that are more vivid, intense, and sexual.
Sexy,
you want a naughty
Mindy.
dream, roll over to your tummy.
That tracks for your dreams, though, too. I mean, not just the sexual.
How would you know?
Very vivid.
Hey, no, I do have one coming up that was very sexual, and I'll be sharing that soon.
Good.
But they're also more likely, stomach sleepers are more likely to have dreams in which they are immobilized or restrained in their dream.
That's terrifying.
Yep. And that is, again, the article I found from Psychology Today, and we'll put a link in the show notes. So does it ring true with you? Besties, please write in and let us know. Hit us up on social media. What kind of sleeper are you? And do you find any of those characteristics outlined in this article relate?
Yeah, I would love to hear, because I had never heard of never delved into any kind of research like that, but it kind of nailed us pretty right on the money here. I feel like both of us, as a stomach sleeper and me a back sleeper, I think kind of characterized us pretty well. That was fun. I'm glad you came up with that. That was a neat idea. Thank you so much to Julien and Xana for sharing your dreams. We love them. We really appreciate your support.
And if you're having fun with this episode, we would love for you to tell a bestie. That's the best way we grow this podcast, is if you tell one or two people about the show. Tell your favorite elephant. Tell a bikini-clad patriot flag-wearing booby girl. Tell a old lady that's wearing a blue cape. Just tell anyone about the show, and we would truly appreciate it. Now you go get some sleep.
I might need it.
And power up
definitely need it
for tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you once again for joining. And until next week, sweet dreams, bitches.